God of my salvation. Because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with us. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a beautiful day. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when my like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they didn't sell out Rasta and sell it out, I sell out Babylon. Big man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, come on, that's right. If I show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! If I show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, big man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black big man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love right. The fire night as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night. We gonna touch down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down. He said Rastafari. War and cry. and do the righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. Put time away, put time away. Listen, yeah. Just as I and I as the watching man, I run Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna pass down Babylon gates. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for Rastafari. Fight down, war and fight. Fight down, war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. We love more. And we love Jah. Me love Jah. Me love Jah. Rastafari. We love more. Me love Jah. Rastafari.
Good morning and welcome to Southeast Block 5 of the UK Open Prison. Good morning. PAROTTEE on the line of extinction. The future of the community is now in question. I alone have been saying it for over a year now. The government, no, local and central, is having the conversation. So it is my view that it's about time that the people of PAROTTEE have the conversation between themselves. Good morning and welcome to my community of PAROTTEE and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 14th of December, 2025, 15 days from my birthday. 51 years, can you imagine? And we're still looking so young and fresh. Morning, everybody, morning. When I don't start cuss me a Sunday morning, I tell you there's a story. You know, I was held hostage this morning. I went to shop this morning. Usually, I have a Sainsbury's like 2 minutes walk from me. And I also have a little, about 10 minutes walk from me. I generally always go to Sainsbury's. I haven't been to Lidl for quite some time. Got Lidl this morning and get held hostage in Lidl. After purchasing my item and about to leave the shop, the machine them, you know, the talking machine them, they always tell you to remember to take your receipt, da-di-da. Normally, when you get up to the barrier just wide open and you walk through. Bangarang this morning. If me never tap the receipt, the barcode pan the receipt pan one glass something pan the barrier. Held hostage, imprisoned for food. Welcome to the open prison of Great Britain, where we have to have our face scanned before we can purchase food. How much shops will this be coming to? Big old prison. Big old prison. No, sir. Without prison for food, I kid you not. If you not scan your receipt, and when you buy your food, you can't get out. So, murder, she wrote. Now, morning, everybody. One big good morning. I'm not going to roll call this morning. The Prime Minister was in PAROTTEE on Friday, was it not? Doing the, you know what the Prime Minister always do, the usual F-phrase. But you all know that I've been having this particular conversation about the future of parity, about government using natural disaster to scare us away from parity. Now, when I was having the conversation with you, this was in the context to the oil that has been found in the Pedro Bank and the Calibre zone. The Calibre zone, we parity people know it as Walton Bank or South Bank. Same Calibre zone. The whole away, a parity, well known and used to Pedro Key, and we used to dominate. That's all. So when I was having the context last year, when I tell you that they're coming for the coastline because we're in their way, and them are going to need the coastline to do them oil business. A lot of people tell me a propaganda, a madness, and it is all sort and it. But then this year, the Prime Minister come down a block and him come tell me about his new city and his new South Coast tourism development. Now, if you know the South Coast, you would know that the South Coast is majority a residential coastline. They are having the plan, not only having the plan, the government also took in a lot of investors' money on the South Coast tourism development. They've been having this conversation for way sometimes. Me one been having this conversation for over a year now, because you remember I started this conversation in Beryl. Those of you who are here know that. And I told the people of parity that they were going to come back at us more dangerously. They have. I told the people of parity that they are going to use natural disaster to disperse us from the coastline that they want to do their development, which they took investors' money for. And we even later see, after the disaster, the Prime Minister went on to South Africa and he told the G20, the 20 most developed country, come along. The Caribbean is ripe for investment. Investment, including some of those real estate lands that we live on in parity. Now, remember, I told you they're also going to use, I've been telling you this for a time, that look out for the advancement in climate change and pandemic preparedness. This is how the new rules are going to come at us. Now, stay focused on the climate change and climate change policies. You see, your Matissimo has just become the president of the United Nations Climate Change Brouhaha, something like that. Yes. That conversation is being had at the local government level and at the central government level. I'm going to read an article for you. I am going to read an article for you, because when media talkie and mad me mad said this is their exact plan. When me one day talkie and mad me mad, when me one day talkie is because I'm a conspiracy theorist, or all of them something there. Those ungodly things. But the question is being had by government now. Andrew Holness himself told parity people about relocation. Some people will have to relocate. If the government, local and central, is having the conversation, the people of parity ought to be having the conversation between themselves. What do they want? Do you want to relocate, or do you want to stay there? Because we have lived there for generations. And I mean, if it is about environmental threat and safety, Melissa on the 8-foot tidal surge showed us that 2-3 miles away from the coastline is not safer than the coastline, given what happened during Melissa, where the tidal surge went to places like Pice Grove, Springfield, and beyond. So is Spice Grove and Springfield at the same risk of seaside as well? The people need to start having the discussion between themselves, because you cannot let the government alone have a conversation, even though them say them are come a PAROTTEE, them are go have the conversation with the people next year. Them take Saudi Arabia money about 3 years ago. Your government takes Saudi Arabia money from about 2023, 2024. Your government have the plan and earmark which party am going to sell to who already. And now they're telling you that they're going to have the conversation with you after they've made a plan and a decision behind your back. They're going to now come and tell you about their environmental and humanitarian concern. If we don't have humanitarian concern, we don't have half of the country pan dot same way in a disease. Let me read the article. Concerns about risky rebuilding raised at St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation meeting. Bear with me. Michelle Senior, parish manager at the St. Elizabeth branch of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, is voicing new concerns about unsafe rebuilding efforts now underway in parts of PAROTTEE community, where most homes were buried by sand during the storm surge caused by Hurricane Melissa. Speaking at Thursday monthly meeting in the St. Elizabeth Municipal Corporation, Senior lamented that despite severe damage, many residents have already started reconstructing homes along the same vulnerable stretch of coastline, creating what she described as both humanitarian and safety crisis. Both humanitarian and safety crisis, she said. I don't know what the approach will be, but we are concerned about the rebuilding that is taking place in some communities that are being assessed, said Senior, noting that field officers were shaken by what they had seen. Then they must shaken if America send earthquake, tsunami, tidal wave, and tornado at the same time. They must shaken. I make reference to community like PAROTTEE. Persons are looking forward to rebuild. A team member came back to me and was traumatized because she said because the sand has covered the home and persons are posing to rebuild in the same location, she said. Are we going to be assessing these same people next year, or will the sea take them the next time? Will we be assessing them next year, or will the sea take them the next time? Our coastline have been experiencing hurricane from 51 storm to Beryl. It's only this American purpose-built storm that came with such a tidal surge we're engulfed with. So no go on like there was a safety concern before. No, we all know, me to tell people long time, a safety concern we are going to use to take people off of them lands. Hold on there. I just saw the article done. They're not things. No man, they're not done this. Hold on. Senior is posing that the government take urgent steps to clarify relocation or adoption option for displaced families in the affected areas. I think we really need some intervention with those communities. It is really a challenge for the persons who are living there now. Without government assistance, obviously it's a challenge. Without government assistance, we see government work and take so much money and take run and turn on and take the lady back when we depend on to suffer. So obviously it's a challenge. We don't fool. What are the options for them? Are there any plans for these persons? She asks, adding that residents are contending that the next time around they will evacuate early once they hear that a hurricane is approaching, which she said does not seems an ideal solution. They would have already constructed or repaired their living situation. It's really a challenge out there for those residents in PAROTTEE. I think, and I really think, some intervention should be made in place to should be in place to help those persons who have lost their homes, said Senior. In agreeing with Senior, Black River Mayor Richard Salmon said the matter of relocating the residents in the area of concern can no longer be postponed. So, at what point Onodia consider it and it was postponed, Black River Mayor? Because for you to say this, in agreement with Senior, Black River Mayor Richard Stallman said the matter of relocating the residents in the area of concern can no longer be postponed. PAROTTEE is that area of concern where they're talking about relocation. At what point was that being discussed at local or central government, and have that ever been brought? Have your safety concerns ever been brought to the people of PAROTTEE? And people of PAROTTEE over the years, over the last 30 years, if them talk to you about any safety concern living along a vulnerable or risky coastline, please let me know. It is something that we have to have a serious discussion on. I'm happy that the assessment is ongoing and we are able to detect the issues, he said. Now that we have identified some issues, they will have to sit at the table and formulate a strategy as to how to deal with these vulnerable communities. Derrick Sangster, the dead, councillor of the Mountainside Division, said the concern is being discussed, had already been discussed at the central government level. Central government meaning by the cabinet, or at the legislative level between both Labour and PMP. So that's what central government means. On the note that Miss Senior raised in meeting on Tuesday night with MP Floyd Green, that matter was discussed, he said. We are planning to meet a meeting for early next year with the residents of PAROTTEE to begin a conversation as to the way forward. Tell me if what I have been saying for over a year, if it not come to pass now. That was exactly their plan from morning. It's exactly their plan from day one. And the community choice here is to unite and decide where we take this. We will also need legal advice from an environmental lawyer. We definitely will need that, because there may come a time that we may have to seek injunction from the court against the government. If it is that we decide not to move, because, all right, let's say the community want to move. Would we, wherever them are dispersed with to, will we want to be just thrown over the place? Or if it get that serious, do we want to stay as a community? Will they still have to find us place where we stay as that community we know? Or will we have to start life all over again? These conversations the community must have amongst themselves. This is not the time to sit down and allow government to be having these conversations behind your back. This is the time where you need to start flood municipal corporation with questions in writing. You need to flood Floyd Green office and telephone number with questions now that you know they're having the discussion. Because when me one day I said, so nobody never believed that was the route the government intend to go. So now that it's been discussed at local government, central government, and the mainstream media are talking about it, will the people of PAROTTEE want to hear more from Floyd Green or Derrick Sangster or the mayor of Black River? What is being discussed? How long this discussion is going on for? Have you done an environmental survey? Yes, I don't want anybody to say here, I'm ignoring the safety concern poses by Melissa and Future Storm. What we experience in St. Elizabeth, the entire coastline of Jamaica is subjected to that vulnerability. Not because we live between two water doesn't make us more vulnerable than anybody on Jamaica coastline with an 8-foot tidal surge. It does not. It really does not make just so what? Every time I come to Jamaica, at that direction, them are go come, them are go enter the southwest section of the island. And are you saying that we're going to have storm catastrophic as Melissa going forward? Or we're going to have it until we get way off of the land? Are we going to have it until we get way off of the land? The party people need to start of the conversation. We need to start of the conversation. Do we want to keep our community? Are we going to take their bait of their environmental safety concerns? Because PAROTTEE no more vulnerable than anywhere else in Jamaica, right around the island. We live on an island. The entire coastline of Jamaica is lowland. Majority of it is lowline. So an 8-foot tidal surge is not more risky for PAROTTEE than it is for any other coastline in Jamaica. The same environmental concern. Are you going to have that environmental concern about the entire people of Jamaica who live on coastline? Being told me one on a fun time, so the environmental arguments is what they're going to use against us. And may I tell you, MPM ready. MPM ready. Bear with me, my peeps. Bear with me.
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel do really love rights. Justify and I also watch him man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, night. We gotta pass down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry.
Thank you very much for holding on and welcome back. PAROTTEE people, this is no longer washy and a mad talk. Me know say me mad. Me accept that. This is no longer me and my mad talk. The government is also becoming mad like me as well. Because all our media tell you know, it a happen, and the government, I said the things them, what media say, probably the government I get mad as well. You might never know. But this is not a conversation that the people of PAROTTEE ought to wait until the government come to them. Your silence is your consent. Remember, you're dealing with a government who we seen use his bulldozer on vulnerable people before. The government already check and know say on a squatters land on a live pan. On no live pan government land. So in can move on under that pretext that you're on state land. So the government other choice is to demolish you. Kill you off if needs be because they need the land. Your prime minister took money on it. Not me, your prime minister. Your prime minister took investment. And our prime minister is willing to kill us off because him take people money and him going to have to find land give them. So Andrew Holness come a PAROTTEE 2 weeks, almost 2 months after, become unknowns, so we have to go relocate. Doesn't bring PAROTTEE people anything because Andrew all this, what PAROTTEE people are looking for at the moment is action. Action. You remember even when we there on Partner Jar, we used to telling about geopolitics. Jamaica could become the next Dubai, but we have to wake up because of the oil and all of the resources, the oil, the gold, the copper, all of that rich resources in a compound town with the prime minister. A war foot and nail over. You don't understand. There's certain things we can't really talk to, plain and simple. That's why when Kevin Smith telling us certain things out straight and plain, they killed him.
Could Jamaica's South Coast become the Dubai of the Caribbean? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder of Money Media.
Kalila Reynolds them only has said this no. We have said it from 2022 when we run Partner Jar. Kalila Reynolds them only advance this argument now because things are chickle out little by little so they can groove the public how they want them. I remember from 2002 we have this conversation.
Make business and finance easy. Could Jamaica's South Coast become the Dubai of the Caribbean? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder of Money Media. We make business and finance easy to understand. Potential funding could be coming from the Middle East to develop Jamaica's South Coast, according to Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. Why focus on the South Coast, you ask? Well, it seems everywhere else is taken, and the government is on a move to diversify its tourism offerings beyond the popular North Coast destinations. The Saudi Arabian government has been generous in providing nearly 20 billion US dollars in investment loans to 90 countries. They've already partnered with Caribbean nations St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Kitts and Nevis to back their development plans. Around 90 million US dollars has been set aside to support projects in these two countries, and Jamaica could be the next beneficiary. If all goes according to plan, Jamaica could see financial support to build new resorts, hotels, attractions, and infrastructure in areas such as Alligator Pond, Pedro Bluff, and Cross.
That's why the Prime Minister killed way off down there. That's why the Prime Minister broke up with us them. And the Prime Minister taking people their money. That's why the Prime Minister broke up with us them on the coastline, because the Prime Minister take the people their money to put up skyscraper, hotel, attraction, and they plan to build something in Southwest St. Elizabeth. The South Coast tourism where they plan to build in St. Elizabeth will be unmatched in Jamaica. Remember Dubai, Mohammed bin Salman. You remember him? Do you also remember the journalist Jamal Khashoggi? And them people the Andrew Jawi in. Do you remember the journalist Jamal Khashoggi? Ask the CIA. And them say, you know, I know me. And the CIA tell we who is responsible for the death of Jamal Khashoggi, who was invited to the Saudi embassy, was chopped up on the order of Mohammed bin Salman, put in a body bag, and nobody know where Jamal Khashoggi went to. Those are the people your Prime Minister are selling out, you are giving away your country to. These are the people that your Prime Minister is giving away our country, our resources, and our power to. People who can summon us to their embassy and have us chopped up. And you've never heard of us again because they're so fucking powerful. Nobody will challenge them. They're friends of Donald Trump, the idiot. Be glad to say me mad, you see. And one thing about me glad to say me mad. Because if me did sensible, like some people, we were sold for free. Or leader, or master, because these people are not leaders, or master gave us away for free. He shared us up to investors in India, in Dubai, in Israel, in America. Your Prime Minister, our Prime Minister, signed in blood.
Could Jamaica's South Coast become the Dubai of the Caribbean? I'm Kalila Reynolds, founder of Money Media. We make business and finance easy to understand. Potential funding could be coming from the Middle East to develop Jamaica's South Coast, according to Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. Why focus on the South Coast, you ask? Well, it seems everywhere else is taken, and the government is on a move to diversify its tourism offerings beyond the popular North Coast destinations. The Saudi Arabian government has been generous in providing nearly 20 billion US dollars in investment loans to 90 countries. They've already partnered with Caribbean nations St. Vincent and the Grenadines and St. Kitts and Nevis to back their development plans. Around 90 million US dollars has been set aside to support projects in these two countries, and Jamaica could be the next beneficiary. If all goes according to plan, Jamaica could see financial support to build new resorts, hotels, attractions, and infrastructure in areas such as Alligator Pond, Pedro Bluff, and Cross Keys in Manchester. The Jamaican government is currently in discussions with the Saudi government, but according to the tourism minister, we might witness the proposed projects becoming a reality within the next 2 years. Now, even though the US dollar has greater purchasing power than the Saudi rial, investments from the oil rich nation would bring significant benefits. This could include a deal with Emirates Airline, which would bring a boost in the number of tourists visiting the island from the Middle East, for example. Emirates, by the way, is a big player in the airline industry, hailing from Dubai. They're famous for their top notch service, huge worldwide network, and fancy planes, covering over 150 destinations across 6 continents. Exciting times are ahead and coming for tourism, and the truth is, Jamaica remains a top economic investment and business opportunity, and that's the bottom line.
Destruction is ahead. For those of you who decide not to stand up, you might want to start asking some African governments to take you in, or become a squatter in Jamaica. Because all this government care about is getting you off the land. This government is not concerned about finding suitable alternative. That's not what they're about. It's about total control. No. Let us keep with it international. The Secretary of War, Donald Trump, Secretary of War, has visited your Prime Minister. What the hell they spoke about? We don't know. War. Secretary of War. What on earth could the Secretary of War visit in Jamaica for? You know it as used to know it as the Department and the Pentagon or the Defense Department. It has now gone back to its real name that it was before it became the Department of Defense. It has always been the Department of War. Donald Trump returned it back to its real name, the Department of War. What on earth would, in the time of America, heighten the war motion in the Caribbean? What is the defense, the secretary or people from the Department of Defense, rather, doing in Jamaica? What is the benefit of Jamaica in its current capacity with the war, with the U.S. War Department? I've been asking this question from the other day. Is it that the United States is re-establishing their base at what the place name Clarendon? I remember me the name. What the place name Clarendon? The U.S. base at Clarendon, Vernon Field. Is the U.S. Prime Minister re-establishing a base at Vernon Field in their war, in their illegal war against Venezuela? Have you, Prime Minister, have you given the green light to Donald Trump to use Jamaica to stage a war, to stage their bombing from on Venezuela? Jamaica, we need to ask this question. What on earth would the defense, the War Department do in our country? I have even concern when the Foreign Department come to a country, because if Marco Rubio come in, Marco Rubio, 2 times the Foreign Department visit Jamaica, 1 time before Melissa for Chetney, and then after Melissa, then come back again. Anytime America Foreign Secretary visit your country, as a developing country, look for disaster, war, or something. And now, the War Department, what does we have to do with America War Department? We're not America's partner that America call when they're going to war. Barring America would want to use us as a staging post, like how Trinidad give themselves to use as a staging post as well. Jamaica, want to realize The detriment them when Andrew Holness a pull with inner. Uno realize that topsy-turvy, the third term wanna get a man here. Topsy-turvy a come. Melissa and ungo the topsy-turvy where we are going to experience under Andrew Holness' third term where we did one on a boat, but as we're in there already, we have to tag through it, isn't it? And we don't know if Paul Buchanan or anybody can reverse it. We just have to go tag through it because we want to know, we're big on And surprisingly, we don't do the worst. See, we're in the worst here now. No. How heartless is Andrew Holness? Andrew Holness, after taking billions rather, in US dollars in loan, in loan. After we got over 200 million in insurance money from the in US dollars, after we also collected millions in donation across the diaspora and Jamaica, millions on the concert. The Prime Minister is still placing the responsibility on the people of Westmoreland and Petersfield High School. Listen to this corrupt, oh God, I don't know how to describe the animal. Andrew Holness' mother, if you're not ashamed of what you brought into this world, then something wrong with your stomach. Somebody can't wicked some. Listen to what Andrew Holness go tell the people them at Westmoreland. Andrew Holness is putting the responsibility back on the people, the destitute people, the homeless people, the people left hunger, homeless, shelterless, thirsty, and in disease-infested areas. Listen to the animal. Listen to the demon that Jamaica people choose as a leader. Listen to the animal that we call a prime minister. Listen to the demon. Listen to the conman, the crook, the criminal who we choose to lead the country. Jamaica, I just start this, Get binding while I'm bind on a seatbelt, because this roller coaster is gonna hump and jump and bump. I told you, said Jamaica is the stage. And when we're on center stage, you normally take center stage for quite a few years.
I must say to you that the shelter is not a long-term solution for the challenges that you face. No one wants to see you here for any extended period of time. And I'm certain that you don't want to be here longer than you have to.
No, sir.
Our schools must reopen. Our children, including your children, must return to school.
You see, just like how Mr. If I had the power, everybody that coming into politics, I would make sure remove them two big finger for the purpose that it wouldn't stop them from stealing. It would just let them steal a bit less, which we would end up with more. It's the same way I would remove people's hand who clap over fuckery. The same way I would want to remove people's hand who clap over nonsense.
So if we can agree that you need to get school in a better situation, and you agree that schools need to reopen, then let us work together to find a solution. I have dispatched Minister McKenzie several times to call.
Let us work together, he said, to find the solution. Shame. Shame. Say, almost 2 months, and you are go to the people, say you and the people to find the solution. The amount of double talking the Prime Minister has done in this like a 3 minute and a half. Listen to the idiot. This man is such an idiot, but you find labor rights more even sillier than the Prime Minister.
I sit with you along with the team from the Ministry of Labor and Social Security to work out with you individually what can be done. We know that there are some persons here whose situation is they are elderly. Some of them may have been shut in before. There is nowhere else for them to go. There is a particular solution that was discussed with Minister McKenzie, which we will put that into motion. There are some people working when they work.
Prime Minister, how much of the vest do you have? And if I want you have, how often you wash it? All the while your arm always a sweat. So your vest must stink, Prime Minister. How much of them you have? I must know. You must have about 7, one a day. Can the one sweat up vest you wear every day, so?
Landlord take the opportunity to come back. We know that. So we have asked the Ministry of Local Government to sit with you. There is a particular plan for that. If you fall into that category, work with the social workers. We will assist. I'm not going into the details here because I'm sure you know what was offered and what was discussed.
You're not going into the detail here. It's because you don't have a plan, Prime Minister. You're asking the people, help me out here. I have stolen, borrow, and beg enough, but help me out here. This guy, because he knows that everybody knows he's lying, he's even struggling to tell you a lie that he believes.
There are some persons, families, ill-managed people, but your house go down. You don't know what you're going to do. It is an opportunity now for the government to offer you some support for you to stand up at your house. So some people need to go back to where they were and we can help you build up. But there is a certain number of persons who do have nowhere to go. And some of you are saying, well, this is the opportunity for the government to find peace and land with it and give it a house. So we have a hold out to that. Well, it may be possible, but it is not something that we would immediately say yes. We are looking into the possibilities. We are trying to find land and other areas where we could find solutions. But whatever the category you are finding yourself,
Prime Minister, you know say every attack and you know you struggle to even put the effort together because sorry, there's a thing about black people or Jamaica people that's really irritates me, that you will be disgruntled about the politician when you're away from them. But when they're in front of you, you're so bloody well respectful to them. You're so humble, you're so courteous. None of you will even demonstrate as to how long and drawn out and do nothing about this government to handle the disaster. One of the clap hand. If I had the power to remove your hands, you'd have to clap to knock together when nobody can hear.
I have to say to you today that the government is sensitive, the government is hearing, and we will work with you to find a solution and put you in a better position than you are in.
They say Andrew Holness I play Father Christmas. Andrew Holness got sent to better play all Father Christmas. Even when Andrew Holness said, can you cancel Christmas, please? But yes, I will vote for where I get. So we ain't telling no. We ain't telling no. But Colonel Charles, uno know say me never go to school. Uno know me and favor top of road, play hop, skip, jump, hot scrap, marble, and all of them something. They will probably have pick up back a step and play jazz. Pan road. So me and favor never go far. Uno know that. Uno know, just listening to me and favor. Uno know how far me and favor reach. Sometimes I love irritate the Facebook people that you say. The junker them over my Facebook page. Jamaica, if me say favor is Jamaica the most useless woman Jamaica produce. On the performance that we saw favor since become Minister of Finance. Am I being disrespectful to the minister? Or am I being disrespectful to a woman to say she's useless in the job that she's doing? I mean, the poor woman is useless. And not even useless, but helpless. Or the useless woman, or should I say, if me did say helpless, it would be so-and-so ill-mannered-ish. How could that be disrespect? The woman is useless. The poor woman is helpless. I'm sorry for the badgering that she received. But then again, she's paid handsomely for it. She's paid beautifully for that badgering. So, if we badger the woman, make we badger her. When she get her monthly pay, she don't worry about the badgering. The pay soothes over any pain. But the poor woman is useless and helpless. I mean, if anybody can say favor useless and helpless, then you're living in a kangaroo country, you know? But then again, what would you call Jamaica the way Andrew Holness is running it? It's a kangaroo country, is it not? When Mother Kangaroo and Father Kangaroo leads the executive and the legislature, then of course, it was the same favor who tell us to save up $2,000 a year or a month. I'm back. The poor woman is useless and helpless. But Pernell Charles, thief like your papa Pernell Charles, thief off the land them at Center Mass, nearly 2,000 acre land on a thief, and so on a buy it for $1 acre. Pernell Charles. You don't know say me done, but other people can do the maths. D. Anthony Wright panning page, so let me see. Pernell Charles said in pen $2,025,000 Jamaica dollar per food ODE food, 225 million Jamaican dollars. Now everybody is asking, oh no, so no ready for spend the money yet. So when you say 225, on buy out, on spend 225 million, Ottawa. Now, this $225 million, the government have in their possession that they can tap into immediately about a $5 to $6 billion contingency fund. They have two sets of money where it amounts up to about $6 billion Jamaican dollar contingency fund that the government can access immediately without insurance, loan, donation, or whatever. That $6 billion sits there to tap into in circumstances like these. So I'm assuming I'm helping out the government here to say this 225 million that they claim they have spent on food, given that the government told us that they haven't started spending from all over the collect in the Melissa galang in it, because they don't make them plan yet how them are going to spend and what them are going to do with it. So I would say on behalf of the government that 225 million came out of the contingency fund. But the government then went on to say they distributed 15,889 food packages. No, so me can't check past 10, but other people check it. And say 15,889 food packages. So each of those food packages, if we're counting it on that 225 million, each of those food package would have cost 14,160 Jamaican dollars. And also, the Anthony will repeat it in the Pernell Charles. But put that aside, Pernell Charles, and Jamaica people who know that have to help you out here. A lot of the international donors have sent food in aid relief as well. We're yet to know or hear if anybody on the ground is receiving relief in food stuff from when a Jamaica galangin. Because be a Jamaica galangin, but we know that tantamount of food came into the country by ship and by plane. And the government claims that them spent $225 million. So we never know the government walk and dash with food. We never know say the government walk and dash with food. Because all of the food will come from foreign. The people them not get it yet. And the 225 million Jamaica dollar will not take by food. The people of Jamaica still don't get that amount of food. So the government walk and dash with food. Isn't it, Prime Minister? Because if you now walk and dash with food, somebody are taking go do something else with it, don't you think? These people think we're idiots. Warm to the hope of foreign food. The United Nations food for the poor are what them people they even in burial in this year United something them what it pledged for burial. Andrew got all of those this year before Melissa. This year before Melissa, Andrew Holness got 2.5 million from the United Nations in funding, and him also get from the Migrant Relief Organization and from the UN food people them. A lot of resources came into Jamaica before Melissa. A lot of resources came into Jamaica after Melissa. Out of WAF, out of 214 at Valley Garden, out a chock-a-block with pallets of aid relief with a big aid tag on them. Plyboard, zinc, boxes of diapers, 2x4s. Warehouse at Tivoli Garden overflow. Imagine because over 300 planes, the last we know, came into the country with aid, Can you imagine the warehouses? Can you imagine Adem warehouse? Because we, across the disaster zone, 7 of the parishes, haven't seen those hundreds of plane load of stuff delivered to anybody in the disaster zone. So the government needs to work out the maths and come tell we how much more food they have left out of the 225 million are they give away everything already. And if it is that the government give away everything, we want to know who get them kind of collect ID for them. And if we no can't provide the ID, we want to know can we got the dump site go show we want to dash them. Dirty Pernell Charles. See Pernell Charles last data. I know my sister on the own labor right vlogger come out and say, you, the 2 daughters of Pernell Charles. So we're asking the younger daughter of the former Minister Charles the junior minister Charles, to count up and tell we well if. Labor on no so no good at like one thing everybody always hear me I want on keep on a mouth shut. Shut on a mouth, labor right. Shut on a mouth. Because when you open that bag of eyes, you always get on yourself in a problem. We know someone got thief the money. We used to know finger wretchedness. Trust me. But what we say this time is we not make no thief in a silence. We make can tap on a fan thief, you know. We make can tap on a fan thief. But this time, the whole of we united to make sure on a silence. I mean, uno could have cooperate with that. Because the end of the day, uno got thief already. Uno a well-established thief. You the prime minister in front of the court for thieving or for block your investigation for thieving. So, I mean, uno could have compromised with we. Marlon, I was watching some video of St. James yesterday. Jamaica is so depressing right now. Across the disaster zone. And there's a particular area in St. James called, oh God, what's the name again? But a lot of Maroons live up that area. Boy, may I tell you, Jamaicans are meet it across the disaster zone. Because I see where they take liquid on a PAROTTEE, make it so bad, see we down there, you know. Because barring that, I would have just roof damage. We suffer a PAROTTEE there. And it take up any board house. Garland. Oh, have mercy. If you see the state of people in Garland, it don't look nice. It don't pretty. And the people them say they're not seeing. And who are the constituency MP for up there? Then say the one council youth we had try, but then say they're not seeing nobody else. Nobody who responds, who are the MP for up a Garland? So yeah, South St. James I feel it get a decent beating. But may I tell you, Jamaica then left with his suffer. Them left with his suffer. Nikita Burchell. Nikita Burchell, you need to go up a Garland. You need to go up a Garland. The people them a Garland not see you yet, Nikita Burchell. Nikita Burchell, you and your council, your team, and everybody. The people them a Garland not sooner yet. And this is almost 2 months after. The people them a Garland, Nikita Burchell. You see him at the start of it to be doing a good job. But you're lag you now because of months, almost 2 months on. And the people of Garland not see nobody. When you there look vote Nikita Burchell, you reach a Garland. Just in August, you're so gone. Nikita Burchell. The people of Garland. Nikita Burchell. Crooked Jamaica politicians. Crooked PNP and JLP. We not escape no. Because just in August, when you did want the vote, the street and lane, water boat, mountain gullies and highways. Yes. The YouTuber them can get there for show us what the people them are go through. How wicked, evil politicians cannot get there. No wonder why. No wonder why Sly Mango say, wicked, Oh no, evil. Nasty, dirty Tinubu. Tinubu from the cemetery. Nigeria, you have let yourself down. But I'm going to make a Nigerian woman talk to no. Nigeria, the whole world is watching you. You're the new junker. You have always been a junker anyway. Nigeria leaders, and this is not directed at the people of Nigeria. This is directed to the crooked leadership. The crooked leadership of the people, of the leadership of Nigeria. The world is watching you, Tinubu. Tinubu from the grave. Nigeria don't normally elect derelict crooks. But, I mean, on don't just draw them off a street, Nigeria. But this time, on chose to go to the cemetery and elect a living dead with a dead glass over his face to run on our country. But I believe in every word this woman says. Wipe them out. Anybody confronts President Abraham Traore, wipe them out.
Ibrahim Traore, Asimi Goita, General Tiyani. I'm from Nigeria. Listen, if you see anyone from Nigeria coming to disrupt your country, if you see any armies coming to double cross your countries, wipe them out. Wipe them out. Because you, Ibrahim Traore, Asimi Goita, General Tiyani, three of you is the only presidents that we know in this continent right now. You guys are the only genuine presidents that we know in this continent right now. The rest of them are useless to us. Until the rest of them put our continent first. Until the rest of them put our countries first. We don't know them. We are with you 100%. As a matter of fact, 200%. Ibrahim Traore, if this video gets to you, we are promising you, if the US use Bola Ahmed Tinubu to get to your country,
Sorry, let me do a correction. It's not Garland I'm talking about, it's Malden. Who is the MP for Malden? Does anyone know who is the MP for Malden? Not Garland, Malden. Sorry, Malden, not Garland, Malden. Does anyone know who is a political representative for Malden? Malden, a lot of Maroon live up there. Wayne, good morning. There is not a week goes by the application not better than. Blessing. Does anyone know who is the MP for Malden? Malden is South St. James, is it not? Malden. Does anyone know who's the MP for that place? The area is Malden. It's not Garland. Sorry, it's not Garland. It's Malden. Let me go and play this video till somebody who know, let me know who is the MP for Malden.
To the AES, we will burn Nigeria down. I'm making this video. I am from Nigeria. I want to let you know this. I'm from Nigeria, but you are the president that I know. Because the AES is an organization that is started in our continent, sponsored in our continent. The AES is not sponsored by Europe. It's not sponsored by the United States. It's not sponsored by European Union. It's sponsored by you in our continent. It's sponsored by Asimi Goita in our continent.
Nobody don't know Malden St. James.
So that's the only organization that we know. I say again, The AES is the only that represents us in this continent. African Union does not represent us. ECOWAS does not represent us because those organizations, African Union, ECOWAS, they are sponsored by the Europe, they are sponsored by the United States, they are sponsored by France. Therefore, they are not working for us. They are not working for us. We don't know them, but we know the AES because it's sponsored by our brothers only. And I promise you, if Nigerians, any Nigerians or any country, anywhere, anybody they use, they are going to be using to do anything rubbish in your country, wipe them out. Wipe them out.
Yes, I truly believe that too. Debbie's asking, isn't it Marlene Muller who fought? I don't even know who is the MP for that constituency. Yes, I know Andrew Holness and the JLP is Malden Falls under Nikita Burchell. Sharon is saying Malden Falls in Nikita Burchell constituency. There's bigger than sabotage going on here because there are Labour MPs such as Floyd Green, the guy will replace J.C. Hutchison. I mean, people across those Labour constituencies are not getting support either. So for me, this is bigger than the political sabotage of Nikita Burchell or a PNP constituency, because J.C. Hutchison, our Northeast or Northwest St. Elizabeth, J.C. Hutchison constituency, Floyd Green constituency, a big Labourite, I hope a Labourite, they did not get no support. So this for me is broader than political sabotage. This is about sabotaging the people in the disaster zone. For me, it's more that than political sabotage, because Floyd, I don't see where the support Floyd Green constituency is getting support, or he cared about the support they're getting. It's the same thing I hear Carlos yesterday the day before, one video where I do. In that part of the woods, that guy will replace JC. Don't turn up yet. Malden is Muller who fought. Somebody settle it for me now, please. Me want to know really who responsible for Malden. She's royal, I say Marlene. Sharon, I say Nikita. But whoever, whether be Nikita, Marlene, Oris Chang, any one of the St. James MP, Edmund Bartlett, the people of Malden is in West Central. It's showing me Marlene. Cecilia Barnett is saying Marlene. You mean the Marlene who was riding donkey? That Marlene. It's South St. James, and Homer Davis used to be the MP. After the election, he was still there, behaving like George Wright. Hold on, let me ask a contentious Google. Which constituency of St. James does Malden Road falls in for Jamaica? Malden Road in Jamaica, which is part of a larger parish of St. James, generally fall in the St. James East Central constituency for parliamentary representation, though polling division might span into a just into adjacent area like West Central with Edmund Bartlett. So it is East Central. Hold on. It is in East Central, and Edmund Bartlett is West Central, is it not? Oh, Jesus, me dunce bad. Yeah, Edmund Bartlett is West Central. Who is the member of parliament for East Central St. James, Jamaica? The member of parliament for East Central is Edmund Bartlett. Are you sure? Who's also a prominent figure. Edmund Bartlett didn't tell me. This Malden Road falls in. Hold on. Malden Road, which is part of a larger St. James Parish, is generally East Central St. James constituency. So it's Edmund Bartlett, isn't it? Or there was some constituency repositioning done, but this is what AI is saying. Randy James is saying it's Nikita Burchell. Jesus Christ, me confused. What a fusion this morning. But whichever MP, Nikita Burchell, Edmund Bartlett, the riding donkey fought, Marlene is responsible for West Central. So, what AI is saying, Malden Road is in East Central constituency, though the polling division might span into the adjacent West Central. So we know we have some other setup there where some area where close to constituency border rather than in that constituency in that. So that's the confusion we're having this morning. It is telling me Edmund Bartlett for real. Yes, it is saying Edmund Bartlett, but it looked like some part of some places shared between both constituency. So whatever it is, Malden Road, yes, Malden Road. That's what that's the place I'm referring to. Malden Road is where a lot of Maldon. Or you say it's Maldon? Not it's Malden, Malden Road. Malden Road. Yes, it's a whole community. Malden, but whoever is responsible, it's not Malden. Then it's Malden. And my bad pronunciation is Malden. But the people them upper Malden are suffer. Whoever is the constituency MP, if are the wicked thief in head, the careless liar Marlene, Nikita Burchell, if are you, the people of Malden Road don't so no yet. The people of Malden Road don't so no yet, and they must suffer up there. A be homelessness up there. Me see one man and one woman with one baby, the poor baby about just weeks old. The baby just look restless because they don't have no place to lay their head. So whoever is the MP, whether be Ed or Burchell, or whoever responsible for East and West Central, St. James, where Malden connected in the two, attention need to pay to that community. People are suffering up there. Member of Parliament for the era of Malden Road in St. James is Marlene Malahoo Ford, representing the West Central constituency. So, Marlene, what we did see a ride donkey. Marlene, what we did see a try to shed hen foal like rooster. Forget vote. Marlene, where Andrew Holness demote you and throw you under the bus. The people them Marlene Malahoo Ford. If you up there, wicked thief in liar Marlene. Why? Choose Jamaica, choose JLP. That's what you actually chose. JLP. JLP is what you actually chose. And I'm really sorry for the state of affairs that we are in as a country. Sometimes it make rebel like me feel hopeless because the state of mind that the people are still in, they're not aware that government literally doesn't give a hoots about you. Government care about their investors and profit. And what Melissa has done is clear the space for there to be a rat race over investment and profits. But Prime Minister, not the Prime Minister, can appeal to the wicked right now. People of PAROTTEE, know that you know that an a mad me a mad, and the government is now having the conversation at the local and central level about your future on that piece of real estate we live on in PAROTTEE, that they want to develop their South Coast tourism. It is time for us to start questioning Derrick, Sangster, and Floyd Green. They know what the discussions are. You do not know. And it is your future, not theirs. So let us put the political division aside. Let us put the community and the personal division aside and look at the bigger future of the life of our community. This morning is what is at stake. The life of our community. And the people of PAROTTEE need to start having the conversation amongst themselves. And you also need to start asking Derrick, Sangster, and Floyd Green, what are those conversations you're all having? And have you come to a decision as yet? Unite, says Marcus Garvey, or we will all perish and be run off that rich piece of real estate we live on in PAROTTEE. Thank you very much for being here with us this morning on Global TV, Sunday morning. Lovely to have your support. Do join us back tomorrow morning. We won't be on tonight. Do join us back tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program. Thank you very much. Good morning. Good afternoon from Global TV. Thank you, everyone.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come and I, Rastaman throw one stone, and it make a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people day. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat. and no verse the 4. May God, what I sing to take him and throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Take him and throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they didn't sell out Rasta and sell out Babylon. They give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give a show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see, they can sell out Rasta and sell out Babylon. Just come on the fight. If I throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black if I throw a stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leaves from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one, bring him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black, bring him and throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to too long in our little ghetto. Run, keep going on, let's process. For children of Israel who really love rights. That's why I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night. We gonna cast down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down, war cry. Fight down, we say Rastafari. War and cry and do that righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jah. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love Jah. Jah Rastafari. We love all people. Put time away, listen, yeah. Just as I as a watching man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna pass down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down, war and fight. Fight down, war and fight. Rastafari, war and crime, and build up righteousness. When we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah, Rastafari, we love more, and we love Jah.